Students, hello dear students. In this video lecture, let us take up few more problems under design of compression members. Problem number 5. A single angle discontinuous member ISA 110 by 110 by 10 mm with single bolted connection is 2.5 meter long. Calculate the safe load carrying capacity of the section if it is connected by one bolt at each end, and there are two conditions: if both ends are fixed and if both ends are hinged. So let us assume Fe 410 grade steel, Fy equal to 250 Newton per millimeter square. Let effective length equal to actual length, that is equal to 2500 mm as given in the question. Now from steel table, first of all let us collect the properties of ISA 110 by 110 by 10 mm. So in the SP6 whichever I shared, in page number 11 we have ISA 110 by 110 by 10 mm. So this is ISA 110 by 110 by 10 mm. The area is 21.06 mm and RVV equal to 21.4 mm. So RVV can be seen in the next page, that is page number 11, 110 by 110 by 10 mm. So 21.4 mm is here. Now let us take up first case. Both ends are fixed. So from clause 7.5.1.2, page number 48, IS 800-2007, we have not touched this 7.5.1.2, page number 48. Let us go to that clause, page number 48. So this is page number 48. So this is a case where the angles are loaded through one leg. The flexural torsional buckling strength of single angle loaded with the compression through one of its legs may be calculated by using equivalent slenderness ratio lambda E as given below. Lambda E equal to square root of K1 plus K2 into lambda VV square plus K3 into lambda phi square, where K1, K2, K3 are the constants which are depend upon the end conditions which are given in table number 12. Table number 12 is in the same page. Now lambda VV equal to L divided by RVV divided by epsilon into square root of pi square into E, it should be E divided by 250, and lambda phi equal to B1 plus B2 divided by 2T divided by epsilon into pi square into E divided by 250, where epsilon is nothing but yield stress ratio 250 divided by Fy to the power 0.5. So usually this value will be 1 because Fy will be 250 Newton per millimeter square. L is the center to center length of the supporting member. RVV is the radius of gyration about the minor axis. B1 and B2 are the width of the two legs of the angle, and T is the thickness of the leg. Now table number 12, the constants K1, K2, K3 are chosen depending upon the type of support. If number of bolts at each end connection are greater than or equal to 2, then if fixed we have K1 equal to 0.2, 0.35 and 20. If hinged 0.7, 0.6 and 5. If number of bolt at each end is equal to 1, then fixed K1 is 0.75, K2 is 0.35 and K3 is 20. If it is hinged 1.25, 0.5 and 60. Now we will continue with the problem. So this is the class. From the class we got, so here from the table 12, for this case for one bolt connection and considering it as a fixed end, K1 equal to 0.75, K2 0.35 and K3 equal to 20, and we will evaluate lambda VV. Lambda VV equal to L divided by RVV divided by epsilon into square root of pi square E divided by 250. Upon substitution we get 1.315. Then let us calculate lambda phi. Lambda phi equal to B1 plus B2 divided by 2T divided by epsilon into square root of pi square E divided by 250. In the both formula, in the denominator we have the same term. So here B1 equal to B2 equal to 110 mm because it's an equal angle. then T equal to 10 mm. Let us substitute all the data and we get the answer as 0.124. Now therefore lambda E equal to, substituting in the formula, we get 1.289. So once we get lambda E, we can compute the design compressive stress FCD equal to Fy divided by gamma m naught divided by phi plus phi square minus lambda E square to the power 0.5, where phi is nothing but 0.5 into 1 plus alpha into lambda E minus 0.2 plus lambda E square. The alpha value is nothing but the imperfection factor, which is given in page number 35, table number 7. For buckling class C, alpha equal to 0.49. So substituting, we get phi equal to 1.597. Therefore FCD works out to be 89.484 Newton per millimeter square. So correspondingly, we can calculate design compressive strength, that is the load PD equal to FCD into AE or AE into FCD. We get 188.45 kilonewton. Now, the same data, if both ends are hinged, then the value will be different for K1, K2, K3. Remaining steps, everything will remain the same. From the previous step itself, we will take up the lambda VV and lambda phi values. So from table 12, for both ends are hinged, we have K1 equal to 1.25, K2 equal to 0.5 and K3 equal to 60. Here you can see the values 1.25, 0.5 and 60. Substituting, we get lambda E equal to 1.741, and when we compute phi value, we get it as 2.39. So once we get lambda E phi, we can substitute in the design compressive strength equation FCD equal to Fy divided by gamma m naught divided by phi plus phi square minus lambda E square whole square, sorry, to the power 0.5. Upon substitution, we get 56.43 Newton per millimeter square. Therefore, design compressive strength compared to the previous case comes out to be little bit lesser for hinged end. So, PD equal to AE into FCD works out to be 2106 into 56.43 divided by, sorry, 43 works out to be 118.84 kilonewton. So, this type of problems are very important. If you refer a previous question paper, you can get this type of problem also. So whenever you have a discontinuous member, like a single angle discontinuous member, you have to follow this procedure whatever given in clause 7.5.1.2, page number 48. So here the table number 12 is important to evaluate the values of K1, K2, K3 depending on the boundary conditions or depending on the type of support. Evaluation of lambda VV and lambda phi is also important, and hence lambda E is also important. After that, the formula is already known for us. Fy divided by gamma m naught divided by phi plus phi square minus lambda E square to the power 0.5, where phi, to compute phi also we have a formula. Hence to calculate the design load PD. Thanks for watching. We will continue with few more problems in the coming video lecture.